and welcome to the Twinspective, where we give you not one, but two opinions.
Because two's always better. Today's topic, we are discussing celebrity marriages.
And, well, we should say failures.
Yeah, lately they're making me really sad with how many breakups I keep hearing about. So we're going to talk about some of those with you today.
Like one after the next. Like, what is going wrong with these people? So the first marriage we're going to talk about, well, not marriage, it was 72 days. You can barely call that a marriage. Well, Kim Kardashian and Chris Humphries.
Beautiful couple. I really wanted them to last, because I'm not going to lie, I definitely watch their show when I'm at the gym. It's so distracting and fun, but I think it was just a sexual attraction, and they didn't have any idea what they both wanted out of that relationship.
No, if you watched even one episode of that show, and the interaction between the two of them, they had no communication skills whatsoever.
None.
And it was so obvious that they never talked about what they each wanted in the future, where they wanted to live, if they wanted kids, and when. They never talked about any of these things.
I don't think they agreed on anything. He'd be talking about basketball, and she's like, oh, I need to get my hair done, or she'd be busy texting. And I think she's gorgeous, but she's very easily distracted. I don't think she ever really was listening to Chris.
Yeah. Well, anyway, they didn't discuss future goals, and, well, the marriage flopped.
It was pretty sad. Another similar case, I think, is Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher, in that they probably never discuss long-term goals so they can grow and evolve together as a couple.
I actually think it seemed as though Ashton is someone who didn't want kids, because she had kids, and clearly he wouldn't have married someone in the low 40s if he did want them.
Unless he changed his mind. That could have happened.
I don't think, I'm guessing he still doesn't want kids. That's probably not his goal. He's already been around kids all these years, married to her. I think that perhaps her neuroses to stay thin and young looking might have driven him away.
It's true, Laura. I was just reading in Harper's Bazaar, she said that she didn't feel that she was worthy of being loved. So someone like that who's like really insecure and doesn't love themselves makes it really hard to accept love from another.
Mm-hmm.
So it might have made it really hard for Ashton.
Yeah, and you have to love yourself in order for someone else to love you. It sounds so cliche, but it's true. And I bet you the more depressed and down she got, the less and less attractive she became. So the opposite of what she wanted is what happened.
I know. And I also read that she was like huffing on some kind of drugs and had a seizure, and that just sounds like it sounds like a destructive relationship and not a healthy one.
Yeah, so, drugs, no drugs in any
drugs are
relationship.
Yeah. Doesn't anybody remember DARE? That's the program. There's no drugs.
DARE. What does that stand for?
To keep. I totally forget.
It's to keep kids off drugs, and it worked in our case.
Because I still remember, and I don't do drugs. Don't do drugs, kids.
So learn from Demi. She huffed and, well, that didn't
she lost her husband.
Lost her hot husband.
So another couple that is also quite hot and sexy, but didn't last, is Heidi Klum and Seal. This one amazed me. They have 4 kids together, and the one, Heidi Klum was pregnant with another man's baby, and Seal was there for that birth and took on that child as his own.
Well, so that's not totally clear. In the beginning, that's how it started, but maybe that was a little hint that if you're starting off with somebody who's already in a relationship, that's kind of a bad way. And it turns out
it was just bad timing.
She also may have cheated in the end, so you gotta be careful with who you're even starting out with. You know, look out for those red flags. If someone's already with somebody and they're flirting with you, you might want to run the other direction.
But it's true. Yeah. But maybe, in her defense, maybe she had already broken up with the baby daddy that she had the child with, and then met Seal. Who knows?
But whatever, it's sad. They were together for many years and had many kids, and well,
not that many years. They actually were only married for 7 years, which isn't that many. It's why this makes us sad.
They were just always in the tabloids, and they seemed really happy, but it was probably just for the cameras.
Maybe.
Wah wah.
Depressing.
All right.
So, our other shocker, our one that really has shocked us the most,
Amy Poehler and what is his name? Will Arnett. Because Amy Poehler is the one that I know.
Yeah, they were together 9 years and have 2 small children, ages 2 and 3.
Ages 2 and 3. We're just thinking, did they really give this a fair shot? I mean, with kids that young, what is the point of divorcing? Is it going to be easier to raise them in separate households? Like, why didn't they try a little longer? Wait till the kids are a little older. I mean, they're 2 funny people. You
don't want to stay in an unhappy marriage just for the kids, but I just wonder what happened. I mean, because they obviously made recent decisions to have little children together, and now they failed? It's like, they should have decided that before they had kids, or really make it work because you do have kids.
It just sounded like they really didn't try. At least that's what it seems like. But maybe there's information we don't know. Maybe somebody cheated.
I think something's going on. It just doesn't make sense to me because they were together for such a long time.
They were my cutest, most favorite couple together.
They're cute. They're funny. We wanted them to last.
Yeah.
So, well. So I think we represent, even though we're not together the way these couples are, we know how to make communication work in a lasting relationship. I mean, we've known each other
well,
for...
sadly, this is my longest relationship.
Yeah, it's only been 21 years we've known each other, because we're 21. And we always communicate, and no matter what, we can't split, and we can't ditch each other.
Nope.
We're stuck for life. And that's how it's supposed to be with a marriage. No matter how much you fight, you might hate each other one day, you gotta make it work.
Yeah, and with each argument, you have to each separate and think about and discuss. We actually text
Try
it out.
not to slap each other.
We text it out.
We
We
do.
figure out, this is what you did that bothered me, this is what you did that bothered me.
Yeah. We communicate very differently,
You know,
so in person she yells and it drives me crazy.
and she
so
cuts
we
me
leave.
off. But we'll each apologize where we went wrong. I mean, in a relationship, there has to be apologies and there has to be realization of what you did wrong so that in the future you don't do it again. And you have
It
to
might
say,
take
I
a little
realize it.
time though to say the I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
it'll come out at some point.
But often separating so you don't say mean things, and also by texting it out, it's written and we are seeing what the other is saying, because often if you're shouting, nobody's hearing anything.
It's true.
Anyway, but
That
you really
works
have
for
to
us.
work it out and make it work.
Yeah. And a perfect example of making it work, our grandparents were together 62 and a half years until our grandpa passed away.
At age 102, which is a
I know.
total side note, but that's amazing.
It's really cool. And for them, they were always thoughtful and loving and communicative with each other. And it's just something I've always strived for, is to have a relationship like they did.
Always spoke to each other with respect, really never raised their voices,
No.
always affectionate towards each other. It was really wonderful. And
Yeah, always helpful. I mean, Grandma would always cook meals, and then Grandpa would always say, you know, Esther, you sit down, I'm doing the dishes. Always.
I mean, it doesn't always have to be exactly like that, but it was the prime example of what a relationship should be.
Well,
And
if I
that's-
cook,
yeah.
I like a man that does the dishes. That's nice.
True, but I understand if sometimes he doesn't want to, because then he can take me out to dinner the next night.
Yep, give and take.
That's right.
how you make it work.
So, in conclusion, I think that a lot of celebrity marriages, or marriages in general, people just don't give it enough of a chance, and they think that long-term marriages are no longer possible, and we think that they are, because we have
We do.
this amazing
Because we don't hate each
example.
other, and
Yeah,
we're
this
still
is
working at it.
A long-term relationship. Our grandparents, look how long they lasted. Our aunt and uncle are married over 40 years. I mean, it's totally possible. Work harder, people.
You can do it.
You can do
So
it.
says the Twinspective.
All right, yeah, this is the Twinspective. Have a wonderful evening.
Bye.
Bye.